Welcome you to another interesting tutorial in Adobe Photoshop. In today's tutorial, I'm going to teach you how you can design a modern roll-up banner in Adobe Photoshop. So let's get the tutorial started. The first step you have to take is to go to File, then click on New, Alright, so the next step you have to take is to come to this place to set your page. So at this point here, type the name of your design, modern roll-up banner. Right? So set your width to be 30, your height should be 70, then the resolution of the design should be 300. Then at the color mode here, make sure you select CMYK. Then lastly, come to this place and click on Create. Alright viewers, we have just made a new document for our design. So the next step you have to take as far as this tutorial is concerned is to come to Layer panel here. Double click on the Layer panel, then click on OK to open the layer. Next, go back to the Layer panel. Create a layer adjustment layer from this place. Then select Pattern Overlay. Then at this point here, you determine the pattern you are going to use. Come to this place to select a variety of pattern. Right, I'm going to use this particular pattern. Then once you are done, then you click on OK. So the next thing you have to do is to come to the Layer panel here, create a new layer. Having created a new layer, then go back to your toolbar, select rectangle. Then at the top here, make sure you fill it white. Then the stroke, take away the stroke. Now come to the artwork area and draw your rectangle. So at this point now, press Ctrl A on your keyboard to open the interlace. Then make sure you select Vertical Alignment Center. Then press Ctrl D on your keyboard to select. Next, press Ctrl T on your keyboard to open the transform tools to resize the shape. Then at the menu bar, click on this check mark to accept it. So the next step you have to take is to go back to the background layer, click on the layer, then press Ctrl T on your keyboard to open the transform tools. At this point now, drag a ruler and take it to the midpoint of the design. Then at the menu bar, click on this check mark to accept it. Right click on it. Then click on duplicate layer. So at this point here, you can type it new shape. Then once you are done, then you click on this OK. Now the next step you have to take is to go to Edit, select Free Transform. Then at the point here, just resize it to this midpoint guide roller. Then at the menu bar, click on this check mark to accept it. Good. Go back to the new layer shape, double click the layer thumbnail. A color palette will pop up, then you can change the color to any one of your choice at this point. Then once you are done, then you click on this OK to accept it. Right? So the next thing you have to do as far as this is concerned is to come down to layer panel here, create a new layer. Having created a new layer, go back to your shape tools, right click on it, then select Eclipse. Then come to the artwork area, create a perfect eclipse. Then go to your move tools, click on your move tools, then drag the shape to the middle. Or better still, press Ctrl A on your keyboard to open the interlace, and make sure you select the vertical alignment center, then horizontal alignment center. Once you are done, then go to select and choose the select. So the next thing you have to do is to go back to this particular layer, right click on it, then select duplicate layer. Having select duplicate layer, then at this point here, you can type it shape eclipse 2. Then you click on this OK once you are done. Next, the duplicate one now, go to Edit, click on Edit, then select free transform. Then at the corner top here, press shift key on your keyboard and drag. Then once you are done, click on this check mark to accept it. Next, go back to the layer, double click on the layer thumbnail. The dialog box pops up, then select another color at this point. Once you are done, then you click on OK. So at this point now, the next thing you have to do is to go back to layer panel, create a new layer. Having created a new layer, go back to your shape tools, right click on it, then select rectangle. Having select rectangle, then you go to your artwork area to draw another rectangle. Right? So at this rectangle property, come to this place, type 200. Then once you are done, then press enter on your keyboard. So it will be automatically update. Then at this point here, change the color to any one of your choice. Then once you are done, then click on OK. Then you go back to your tools, pick tools. Then at this point here, this particular shape, I'm going to duplicate it into 3 places. Press down Alt key on your keyboard and drag it down to duplicate the rectangle. Good. So the 3 places of the rectangle, press down your shift key and click on the third layer to resize them, to reposition them. Once you are done at this point here, go back to the first rectangle. The first rectangle here. So press Alt key on your keyboard and drag to duplicate it. Alright. The next thing you have to do is to go to Edit, select Free Transform. Then at this point here, just drag it down a little bit. Then once you are done, click on this check mark to accept it. So at this point now, the next thing you have to do is to apply color to the design. All you have to do is to go to this particular layer, then right click on it, select blending option. Having select blending option, a dialog box will pop up. Then come to this place, double click on it, select gradient overlay. Having select gradient overlay, come to the gradient palette, select this particular gradient. So at this place here, this is the color code for this orange. Then once you are done, then you click on OK. This is another color code for this particular segment. All right. Then once you are done, then you click on OK.